So let's get started with the header. There are three sections of the header that we want to cover. One would be the profile photo, the second would be the name, title, and company, and the third would be the contact information. So for the profile photo, let's make sure that it's professional, that there are no selfies, no crop outs, that it's a very warm and inviting profile photo. The exceptions to the professional would be by industry. So if you're in the recreation or the fitness industry, use an appropriate photo for that. For the name, title, and company, just be sure to use the name that you would like to be referred to at work. And generally speaking, nicknames tend to indicate a less serious or less professional attitude. For the location, please try and use the closest large metro area. So for anybody employed here at headquarters, which is actually now located in Carmel, you would want to put Indianapolis as the metro. Because as companies, as we search for any potential employees, we're looking under metros. We don't look under specific suburb cities or towns. For your contact information, if you're considering other employment, just be sure to use your personal email address and phone number. Or even better, don't include that information and have them private message you. Let's move on to the summary portion of your profile. The most coveted employees are those that are successful in their current role, that enjoy what they do, and are committed to the company. This is what should be portrayed in your summary. So a great summary would look like this. You would highlight your company or your organization. You would highlight the division, unit, or team that you play within that organization. You would highlight your significant contributions or successes and utilize links to videos or photos for easy reference. And for those video links, be sure that they're under 3 minutes because the attention span of anybody that would click on that video link is always short. The next thing we want to cover is experience. Under experience, you want to take a look at the title. Do you want to use the actual title that you have within your company or an understandable one? Just understand that some companies have come up with some unique names to describe or title their specific positions that are not necessarily understandable to others in the industry. For the company, you have a choice of using either a parent company or the known company. So let me give you an example. I used to work for the Heinz company. Everybody knows who Heinz is. They are now owned by 3G Capital, which would be considered the parent company. I would use the Heinz company. Additionally, for the company, be sure to pull up any logos that are easy reference, so as they look at your experience, they can see this person has worked for Johnson & Johnson, this person has worked for Lambda, this person has worked for the Heinz company. Next thing we want to cover is timing. Be sure that the timing is accurate and that they don't overlap. Last thing under experience we want to cover is the description. Be sure you're succinct with short paragraphs or better yet, even bullet points. Use key buzzwords, whether that's skills, countries, companies, brands, or customers that you work with that would entice or attract potential employers. Last thing we want to cover is what we'll call the bonus section, which in essence is everything else. There are many things that fall under this. The first that I'll cover is honors and awards. The key thing that you want to keep in mind for honors and awards is it should be an honor or award that is meaningful to the industry, and second, actually tough to get, that not everybody in the company would be able to attain. Second thing that I think is very important, and that many of our brothers have this fall under their experience, is anything that has to do with volunteer experience, causes, charities, etc. The third item that I want to cover is languages. If you're going to put it on there, just be sure that you're at least functional within that language. Next thing you cover is your education. Be sure you put your degree on there, any minors, any additional certifications or classes that you might have that would be important to the industry. One really important portion of your profile would be any recommendations. And this differs from the endorsements. The recommendations are actually recommendations from people within your network that have specific examples of your successes, your leadership, and your roles, and how they've worked with you, that they would want to recommend you for any particular positions. The last three items under bonus that I'll cover are connections, groups, and following. So these are three items that you have options of doing within LinkedIn, but my suggestion is privatize those settings so that you're following these folks, but your employer or any connections you have may not necessarily be able to see those. I think that's just beneficial to you as you try and search for additional employment.